Thank you all for coming in to East Coast Blue Jays. I'm your host, Patrick McGraw. Thank you all for coming in. And on this episode, the Blue Jays have offered Bregman a 6 to 7 year offer at the table. Bregman wants a 6-year long-term contract. Can Ross Atkins make the deal? Will Bregman sign with the Blue Jays? But before we get started, if you're the 30% that subscribe to our page, thank you very much for joining us here at East Coast Blue Jays. If you're the 69% of the not subscribed to our channel, if you like to follow the Blue Jays and like to follow our content, give us a little subscribe and a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. So let's get this thing going. So Alex Bregman is still up for grabs. He's still a free agent in the market. Less than 2 weeks left before the spring training. The Blue Jays have recently lost out on Pete Alonso. He decided to sign with his 6-year career with the Mets, he signed a 2-year contract with the last year he can opt out. That seems to be a great deal for the Mets, but not so much for the Blue Jays, but that's okay. But back to Alex Bregman. So he has no interest in short-term contract and is seeking a 6 to 7 year contract. And the Blue Jays, or sources say that the Blue Jays have an offer for him for 6 to 7 contract for the year. Will he take it? Who knows? The way things are going this offseason, probably not. But it's worth the shot, and there's still a chance in signing a big free agent. Because the Toronto Blue Jays, they need a third baseman right now, and Alex Bregman would definitely be a fit for that. All right, so tweet on the X. I could see the Blue Jays and Alex Bregman coming to an agreement on this deal. 7-year, $140 million deal would be incentives. So I'm not sure where he got his information, but I thought I'd report it. Ben Johnson, Cubs and Bregman at a standstill right now. Cubs offered 4 years at highest AAV. Blue Jays rumored to have offered 6 years at lower AAV. Boris knows Cubs front office is in win or get fired mode this year and thinks he can get more since the jobs are on the line. Stay tuned. All right, so here you go. So the Cubs are fired. They're sounds like they're in the same situation that Ross and Mark Shapiro's at. Their front office. So everybody's having a hard time to sign top free agents right now. There's a lot of money flowing around, and these players, they want the money. So it's good for them. Good for the players. Bob Nightingale, he said, free agent third baseman Alex Bregman still has no interest in a short-term contract and seeks a 6 or 7 year deal. Well, good news, the Toronto Blue Jays are offering Bregman a 6-year contract. If he wanted to come to Toronto, he probably would have signed it already. So I don't know, the offer is still there. Maybe the Blue Jays need to up their offer a bit more to make it more appealing for Bregman. But if he wanted to come to Toronto, he probably would have signed by now, but we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. All right, so Just Baseball on the X. The Blue Jays reportedly have made a 6-year offer to free agent Alex Bregman. Another source, could another free agent be heading to Toronto? Well, I hope so. I mean, Santander did, Max Scherzer did, Jeff Hoffman did, We'll see. Hopefully he does. We need the help at third base, as you all know. Travis on the X. According to the average of the Fangraphs projections, Bregman would be a plus 2.5 win upgrade over Clement at third base for the Blue Jays. It might not seem like a lot, but in a tight wildcard race, that could easily be the difference between last in, first out of the postseason. That's right. Every win counts. Every game counts. All right. So Hector Gomez. He said the Blue Jays have a 6-year offer out Alex Bregman. Well, we already know that. Everybody knows that the Jays have a 6-year contract offer. He's just not biting on it right now. And this just tweeted out earlier. Sources have confirmed that the Cubs have offered Alex Bregman a 4-year contract with opt-out worth north of 100 million. That might be a take for Mr. Bregman. So it seems to me that Houston doesn't seem to want to budge any more than what they offered him. But as far as I know, he's looking for a long-term contract, and the Blue Jays have that. Now, depending how much money is involved in that, it's another question. But there's no reports saying how much that is. But there is a report on the Cubs that they're offering him a 4-year contract with opt-outs worth up to $100 million. But yeah, we will see. All right, to Mr. Vladimir Guerrero. Vladimir Guerrero, it's got less than 2 weeks now to get this guy signed. So on the MLB Network, you can find that on the X or online. Steve Phillips, GM, discusses the timeline for a potential Vladimir Guerrero Jr. extension in Toronto. MLB Hot Stove. You can check that out. It's a good interview. You should hear that out. So this is from John Heyman. Vlad's on the Jays right now. He's a Canadian citizen. Heyman said they're giving it a shot in trying to sign him. They are hoping for the best. Now, 1 year to go with a superstar player, it's probably not that likely now, but the number that is getting thrown around now is around 400. Yeah, the number right now is over 400 million. He's a Canadian citizen. He grew up there. I've heard rumbles that it's not likely, but I don't know. If they get to 450, I'm there. I'm taking it if I'm Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So the mark it's over 400, but if it's 450, I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to take. So I'm just going to pop this up. It kind of seems outrageous. CBC Sports Mike listed players who could strike an extension before opening day and noted Guerrero as a candidate. He suggested that extension for Guerrero could exceed $700 million in total value. What? That's news to me. All right. But if he does get up to 700, it says 14 years. All right. So 14 years of 50 million per year would put the total value at $7 million. Mike noted that Guerrero could exceed even that. During an appearance on Abrindo Sports, Guerrero said he is willing to negotiate an extension with the Blue Jays until the first full day of spring training. However, he also noted that he rejected an offer of $340 million, and the two sides are not close in negotiation. Guerrero would be most confident player if he hits free agent. The Blue Jays have struggled to land players in free agency and could make it smart. Sure, they don't get into a bidding war with other teams and grow. Yeah, we don't want to get into a bidding war next year because it's definitely going to bring it up to that mark. But yeah. So as far as Vladimir Guerrero Jr., it's still waiting to see what happens. As far as Alex Bregman, he wants a long-term contract, 6-7 years. Sounds like he wants something around $200 million. I don't think he's going to get that. The Cubs have offered him a 4-year contract worth over $100 million with an opt-out. As far as the Jays, there's no amount stating how much they offered him. It's just there's an offer of 6 years, 6 to 7. But how do you guys feel about that? Do you think the Blue Jays have a chance of signing Alex Bregman? Because the way this offseason is going is not going that great. But we did get a lot of great players. You know, we did get Santander. We did get Max Scherzer. We did get Jeff Hoffman, Yamanez. We did get a lot of great players for this team. But how do you guys feel about Alex Bregman? Give us a little like and subscribe and throw me a comment below. Tell me how you feel about the whole Alex Bregman situation, the Vlad situation. Seems to be out of control, but it is what it is. But that's for now. Hopefully, if we don't sign him, there's probably a trade in the works. If we can't sign Alex Bregman, there's probably going to be a trade, probably in the next couple of days or so, or within a week. But you never know what's going to happen with the front office. All we have to do is wait and see what happens. But for now, thank you all for coming in. And if you haven't done already, give us a little subscribe. And until next time, let's go Jays.